What's up, guys? This is Andrew with the first episode of Game of Thrones Beyond the Wall. This is my sixth day of playing. I just wanted to give a little overview of the game, give a little overview of how everything's going. So, I did play the beta of this a few months ago, and of course, I still made mistakes. So, some of the most often made mistakes that I've noticed is when you go to the leaderboard, there's Raven Tree Elite you're given in the beginning, and they give you a lot of uh, skill things for him. But of course, I didn't bring him up. I brought the Wolfswood Ranger, and the problem with the Wolfswood Ranger is he's a great character and he has a lot of good abilities. Like he has a familiar that a dire wolf that he brings out that basically takes attacks, and you can eat some attacks when you're going through. He's great for progressing early. Um, yeah, I'm number 4 right now on squad. Got my Daenerys. She's amazing. She PvP is like a cinch with her. Like here in PvP, I'm number 1. Um, but yeah, I mean, it's good to take the Wolfswood Raven or Ranger up for PvP just to get. I have lost twice. I would suggest that you auto the first attack and then you take it off so you can use your ultimate with Daenerys. Because if you don't, she will move and the enemies will move and you won't kill them all, and then it makes it a little more difficult. But it's only 2 hours and 50 minutes, so unless DJ Pilot can get a few more attacks in, which I don't think he will, I should finish first. Let's take you through the Hearth. This is where all your heroes are at. I haven't actually got many heroes. That's what's putting me really far behind on the power all overall. Like my roster might in 5th, but I haven't really been focused on that. It's not really important right now at this juncture. All you really want to do is get your first team the strongest you can. So I mean, you're gonna want to start with the North first because they're really pushing it. They're giving you a lot of books for the Champion of Winter. You can get his skills up quite a bit. Unit traits, once you get to level 40, they're good, but it's not really that important. It's just a little bonus. Um, so for my third character in the group, you're gonna want a an archery character, but I just didn't have one that I could get up high enough. And this Oathkeeper of Truth is actually really good because every time he attacks an enemy, he taunts them, which puts a little symbol over their head that they take an extra 30% damage. So this has gotten me quite far. Winterfell Rider is great because he has his attack trees his attack place is very big. He can move quite a few. The Champion of Winter too. His passive is he gains more movement each time an ally is attacked. So by the end, like by turn 6, 7, you can pretty much go anywhere on the map. So a lot of the challenges, like the newcomers training, they're not hard. Mission 10's a little tough. You just want to stay away from the enemy. But in the challenges, once you get up to 35, 35 is pretty much where you're going to start to struggle. But the key is to avoid the enemy. So they don't you don't want to get hit, basically, is the key. Like just moving, click on the enemies, see where their attacks can go, and just move away from them. Those aren't so bad. And in the legendary event, If you get to level 10, you're going to be about 100 shards short from getting her 4-star. But in the shop, you can buy shards for 400. And that's something that I wanted to bring up, is that every time you see that in there, I know it sucks and you're probably going to want to buy these ability scrolls, but right now it's hard to keep up with that many honor shop points at the moment. Renown shop, it would take forever to save up for one of those. What I do is buy these novice and the elite ones. Veteran, novice and veteran insignias. You want to buy those up as much as you can, because that will boost your characters, and they go up by about 400 or 500 might at a time, which, if you're struggling on a level, it can really push you to that next step. The new player event is pretty easy. Missed out on a Werewood Forays. I'll explain that in a minute. But yeah, I've pretty much completed all of these. 6 and 7 will probably have most of them completed before I even do anything. So it's just it's a good little thing to get you ahead of the game. Energy. So you're gonna want to pay attention to the times that everything resets. So right now I'm on a UTC -3, so it's Universal Time -3. So I think Universal Time, I think it's 5 a.m. that my stuff resets. So you just want to look at it, go online, go to Google, type in whatever it is, UTC. I've seen like +7, minus, so it'll tell you what time that you are resetting, because that's going to be very important with your energy giveaways. Because mine's actually an hour before, so this is noon to 2, but it goes from 11 to 1. So I don't know why that is, but just a good hint to check it out, make sure. And also another thing is the notifications are not working. So I don't know why. I have them all set, but it's just not it's not working. So I don't know what's up with that. Another thing that's kind of bothering me about the game, I mean, it's super fun and I'm really enjoying it, but something that's really bothering me is these green site energy. When I beat the story mode, so once you go to beat chapter 6, you unlock heroic, but heroic starts taking these green site energy. And yeah, so I beat all these, wasted all of it, which is cool because this chest can give energy, it can give green site, you get a lot of XP tomes, not many scrolls, but there's a few seals, and the forays are easy. I mean, if you just focus on getting your team as strong as possible, you can blow right through them. Again, like I said, I couldn't do it because I ran out, and yeah, it only resets during the reset. Unlocked ranging at level 40. Haven't really got to do it yet until reset, but I'll let you guys know. I couldn't do this one again because I ran out of green site, but I mean, it's not that big a deal. But on this one, Cutthroat Bandit, the key is to surround him. So you want one person on each corner, and then just auto, or you can turn off auto if you have Daenerys, listen to me, Daenerys, because she'll move back and forth, and I don't know, I feel like she's missing attacks and you're missing out on damage, but you should basically cap out. Expeditions, as long as you keep gathering characters, it's not too bad. Each of them has a section that you need, like the Riverlands or the North or the that kind of thing. I haven't done much looking into some of the other characters. Uh, some of them have some really cool abilities. I've looked at a few, but problem is you just can't get them up high enough, and there's not enough resources to spread around. So you're gonna want to get your top group up to 50. That's and past 50 is the goal, of course. But you want to get that, and then later on it'll be into like switching, because like this bard as a healer, haven't really dealt much with healing, because you want, if you get this, well, not this tactic card, but this tactic card is good. It works with Daenerys, but again, problem is leveling it up. This one right here, this at the end of each ally phase, heal each ally with the lowest health for 55%. This is like you can't even imagine how useful this is. This one is really good too. I just got this. Problem is 4-star ones are so hard to level up, amplify, that you really don't. I'm kind of using it just as a placeholder for some of my other people, but yeah, you want to max this out. You got to get different copies of it. You want to max it out, and it's very helpful. It'll get you quite a ways. But yeah, the wall event comes every Saturday, so this one is one that I really wish I would have known, because you got to level up many different people, because once they die, you can no longer use them, and their health stays the whole time. So yeah, as you can see, I haven't really diversified much, so I made it through the first section, got my little thing, but yeah, it's just one of those things that there's always going to be whales and people that are above you, but you know, it's not where you start, it's where you end. So as long as you keep wow, okay, man, yeah, some of these guys are going crazy. But yeah, it's a 6-day, level 40, getting there. Completed all the legendary events, so that's good. You get Jon Snow for free. You'll barely ever use him. But yeah, this guy's pretty good. It's hard, because once you get the big guys, you get this guy to 4 stars, and I'm sure he's good, but problem is you just, what's he, range 2, 1, 2, oh, okay, so, yeah, and he's got an attack. It's just one of those things that you just never know. And in the hero traits, you want to kind of go for like offense and health. Daenerys has some cool ones. 100% chance to reduce ability cooldown by 1 turn. That works awesome, because you can get your ultimate off a lot quicker. So I'll just show you a little bit of gameplay. So just trying to 3-star everything, but when you go in, win a battle without losing more than 2 units. So you start with 4. If you end with 2 or more, you get the 2. But to 3-star, you can't lose any at all. I haven't gone back and done this, but I'm pretty sure I should be able to make it through. But you always want to use up all your energy every time you get it, because it will occur over time, and every time you're above the cap and you don't use it, you're kind of missing out. I missed out on 2 energy refills because I didn't realize the times, but I don't know, I've gone pretty far. So okay, so here there's different starting points each time. This is the more difficult one, especially like if you have Daenerys, like if you're doing something other than story mode, because it just separates the enemies. Because with her, you always want to try and get all the enemies combined up, so you can just hit them all. But this one's not too bad. Alright, we'll just take a look at it and I'll show you. So, so what you want to do is, see, the problem here is if you move this guy here and attack him, that's fine. The problem is his next turn, he will attack you and he will attack you. So sometimes it's more important to kind of move out of the way, because if you look at it, like, he has a move pattern that's kind of big, so he can move here, attack here, him too. So if I move here, so I'll avoid that. So what I want is so I'm gonna block him. So what I will do is, this guy hits two people with his attack, so I will attack there, and this guy, if I move him over here, I can attack him. So we're kind of leaving them open just because they can't really move to a place where they can hurt you. So you kill, and now my specials will be up. So what I want to do is, so this will kill this guy. He's got 3 attacks with a heal. That's amazing. So yeah, and again, I'm pretty overpowered for this, but it's kind of the same. It's the same thing. You want to get is, you want to single them all out, and then you want to get it to a point where you can pick them all off without taking too much damage. Like, you just don't want to take enough damage that you kill somebody off, because then you ruin your chance at the 3-star. So yeah, it's not too bad, and as it goes along, like in the beginning, like I said, you're really trying to push up the smaller guys, or the guys you're going to get the most out of. Like, you just want them to give you the huge boost up in your beginning. Shield Hall you get at 35. It just increases your affinity gain, and you're going to want to do the north because you're going to keep your north guys. I mean, you could try a different, like, but the thing is every time you have more of a certain region, you get a damage boost and a damage reduction boost. If you have the 3, that's why I had the Wolfswood Ranger, you get a 10% damage boost and a 10% damage reduction. But the problem that I started to get to was, he just wasn't being powerful enough. So he just wasn't gaining the might like I wanted him to, because I couldn't upgrade him. He was at bronze, and at that point you have to make the decision, because you can reset a champion, so retire a unit, so it strengthens your wall defense by 100, so that's for the wall event, and you also get all the costs refunded. So the Wolfswood Ranger, once I did that, it actually boosted me up, so I got a ton of gold back. I got a ton of resources, which helped me get this guy up, which helped me in the long run. Another thing is your silver. So your silver, you're gonna want to. You can save it and spend it, but there's a lot of things in the beginning of using these draws. So you want to draw these just to get characters, get shards, get people upgraded. You know, like, I pretty much got everybody to at least silver. I think there's a few people I think everybody is at least silver. And every time you get them, you want to boost them up, because it doesn't cost anything to improve them up a tier, and it's just free might for your overall. So it's a great game. There are ways they can improve. There's also a boss rate, like a challenge boss. Problem is I keep missing the times. I can only do a few attacks, but they give out great rewards. They give you tactic cards for you to boost up, and give you quite a few. You get like 4 stars, a couple 3 stars, a couple 2 stars. So yeah, what I can say is, don't waste your materials on it. If you get a 4-star, cool, keep it as like a whole placeholder for your other heroes, but focus on the 3 stars. I wish I would have. I trained away a bunch of these. I could have had this level 5 healing for 70%, and that's my biggest regret, is I could have been up to the top of the leaderboard in might. I could have been up in roster, but I made mistakes. So, you make mistakes, you learn from them. But I do think they're doing a great job. Like I said, once you get into the swing of things, then you can start taking chances on new characters. Like I said, some of them have pretty interesting abilities. Some are kind of blah, like taunts. Taunts are cool, but if they're not, you don't want them taking too many hits. Like, the problem is up at the higher levels, you can't really, no matter how, like, my guys are pretty powerful. Like, this guy has 9,000, almost 10,000 health. This guy's 11,000 health. 10,000. Problem is once you start taking hits, it just eats it up quick. So you don't really want to taunt unless being killed isn't important, like in challenges and in legendary events. You losing characters doesn't matter. As long as you have one character with 1 health by the end, you're good. So Lodge is another thing that you're going to want to get your affinity with the North up. Again, like I said, if you go a different route, that's your decision if you're a big fan of something else. But problem is you're not going to get the ability tone, like the ability things to scrolls to get them up. And like I said, the Raven Tree Elite, you want to boost him up. I wish I would have. I didn't. I retired him so I could get my Wolf Ranger up, and you see how that played out for me. So, but it's not too bad. I enjoy the game. I think it's great, and I'll continue to put videos out. But this is the first video. Not much gameplay in this one, but I will get gameplay more in the future once I can get to a good place. It's just one of those games that I'm really enjoying. I'm a huge Game of Thrones fan, and I really think if you guys go on this on this journey with me, we can have a good time. I'll do some leveling up of some characters, give somebody a chance. Because really, I mean, as long as you're passing content, it's really not important. There is no real... I mean, the meta at the moment is Daenerys. I mean, her ability to hit multiple allies for burning damage. There's some other people that work well with certain things, like with bleed and burning. If a character has a bleed, this character gets a damage boost. If a character has burning, like, that's the things I want to go into the future looking at, is like what characters work well with what character. Like Daenerys would be great with characters that have burning effects. Stealth could be useful too. That's another one to look at. Let's see, Targaryen. So yeah, it's just something we can look at in the future. I'm really enjoying the game, and I think it can be great. I'm Drew, and I'll see you guys next time.